Hey guys, so I wanted to go ahead and take this opportunity to talk about a few things in regarding chaos. Now, chaos, just to give you guys a rundown of what's been going on with the series so far. Excuse me. Chaos was a project that I had gone through several concepts about, and it's in terms based on several key moments that resemble my personal life in the real world, and were just put into a superhero genre in order to, get people to understand that there was a subgenre of superpowers, really. So I came up with the concept of, much like Infamous, it was based off these individuals called the defected, which basically you're either born with it and you come of age with it. And basically the event was caused by an explosion that I call the Great V, which is basically the explosion covered 5 kilometers of the city that was known as Eagle City, but later called Ground Zero because of the explosion left permanent damage among the city. So, shortly after the Great V, there were individuals of many ages that were given abilities of varying factors, and the government decided that they couldn't control it. So they came up with the Defected Eradication Department, which is DED, or DEAD, if you don't mind, if you will. So the DED was founded by an individual who later to be revealed within the series is also a defected, who had children as well as being a defected themselves. They came about that it was time to eradicate all, not potential threats, not those who have it, but in general eradicating the overall possibility that a person of any age could get the defected gene, as they call it. And that's where our story begins, with an individual known as Aaron Carter, who is me, but based off and named for a associate and my great-grandmother. So basically, Aaron is 19 years of age, which is when I came up with the story. So I gave him my age, my appearance, and thusly he became Aaron. Now, shortly after, events passed, he and his 2 adoptive siblings, it became to a point where Aaron and his siblings had to do what was necessary in terms of survival, because there were a lot of people that were left homeless and a lot of children who were left to fend for themselves, both adults and children having to fend for themselves and also hide the fact that they're possibly defected, and then thusly the DED would chase them, if not arrest them or kill them for that matter. So without saying much more about that, that's pretty much it. Now, the original Chaos started in 2015 and it's now 2018. I'm on the 4th and potentially the last title of the series altogether. Now, all in all, I've been working on this project for 3 years now, and it's taken a lot of time, because normally throughout the series, like, I've been rather consistent with the 12 chapters up until a prequel spinoff to the sequel series known as Chaos Legacy, which is called Chaos the 3. So basically, the 3 is basically an opening and a prequel to, well, it's not really a prequel. It's more of a middle arc based upon the 4th and 7th chapter of Chaos Legacy, which, like I said, I will explain that to you guys at a later point. But after I connected the dots for a lot of characters that I wanted to include in the current Chaos, which is called Chaos Disaster Awakens, I have been juggling whether or not to continue Chaos or to end it after this chapter, after this roundup, because in all honesty, Chaos Disaster Awakens is supposed to have, I wanted to have 24 chapters instead of 12 or like its prequel 5, because there's a lot of roundup. Like I kind of like I said, while Chaos is based off, you know, Infamous, I got the idea from Infamous. I kind of wanted it to have like a Marvel / DC cinematic universe setup where the group of individuals, whether they get along or not, come together for a surreal threat in order to partially stop. Excuse me again. A partial threat that could, you know, lead to the disaster of their kind. And with Disaster Awakens, there's a lot of key notes that I'm touching on, such as, you know, personal struggles, you know, among the people who have been affected by those who are defected and those who not. And basically, after the events of Chaos Legacy, the main character, who is one of the children of Eren. Now, I say children because the only thing I'm going to say is that Chaos Legacy, Eren has 2 children, a son and a daughter named Jason and Sierra, respectively. So, following the events of Chaos Legacy, Sierra traveled the world in order to look for a cure, but came back empty-handed, and now she is returned home, and she finds that everything that had been happening up to that point has been nothing short of a waste of time, and she feels like she's at a crossroads with being raised by what her mother has told her, being told what her father was, or who her father was, versus what her mother is trying to teach her. Her ideals are that she believes now that humans don't need to personally survive at this point. She feels like humans are, you know, need to be immediately eradicated, and thusly her ability to she wants to condemn all humans altogether, and because she doesn't believe that they've shown any way whatsoever in changing, and she finds herself being a part of this mass upbringing of, now it's not only the defected versus the DED, it's now the defected versus the DED and humans. So now she has to come to this point of where, what would I do? How can I end this? Should I kill all humans, or should I just do my hardest and try to be the hero? And that's pretty much it. So, on my DeviantArt, I have posted all the chapters, of course, and I've also done the complete story series, which is basically a compilation of all chapters included in one. So I will also put that in the link below for you guys, so we can all be on the same page here. So, like I said, I'll keep you guys updated and stuff like that. But I really just wanted to take the time and actually discuss Chaos, because I'm actually going to be doing this for all the projects I have on my DeviantArt pages, and we're going to talk about that at a later point. So, see you guys